Today I'm going to show you how to change a brake caliper on a Pontiac G6. It's going to work on most vehicles pretty much about the same. The only thing that'll change is maybe the difference in sizes of the bolts you have to take out. First, we're going to start by breaking the lug nuts loose. Every lug nut we need to break loose. I got a little breaker bar. I'm going to put a cheater pipe on it to make it a lot easier. So let's break them loose. See how easy that is? No effort. Next, we got to jack up the car. This jack right here is a 3-ton floor jack. It's a rapid pump, so it'll only take a couple times to pump up the car. You can use a scissor jack or screw jack, but it's a lot easier if you have one of these jacks. They're a lot more solid, a lot more reliable. If you look under your car, you'll see a pinch weld most of the time. This one's actually in pretty rough shape in some spots, but it actually, I think, is pretty solid, so that's where we're going to jack up our car, is on the pinch weld. If not, you can come under here to the actual part of the frame and jack it up. After the car's jacked up, nice and safely, finish taking off the lug nuts. If you have jack stands, put them underneath the frame. I don't have one on me right now, but I am going to use the tire under the frame in just a second. That way, if the jack does fail, we still got extra protection. So this right here is the part that's the actual brake caliper. This is the brake caliper bracket. Your brake pads sit in here. When you open this up, that's how you snap your brake pads in. But the reason why you change your brake caliper is if it was leaking. Sometimes these things freeze up. This one is freezing up and dragging along the rotor, so we're going to change it out here. Our first step would be a 10mm. We want to crack this nut right here. You can just follow your brake line. This is your brake line. And it'll come down into this nut right here. It's a bolt, actually. It's called a banjo bolt. Your brake fluid travels through this. The bolt has a hole in it. We want to just break this loose, and then we're going to turn it back. The reason why we're doing that is we want to break it while it's on the car and it's got a firm, it's stable, because if we wait till after this is off of the car, it's going to be really hard to break. So it's easier to do it right now. So I got it broke loose, and then we're going to snug it right back up so brake fluid doesn't leak out. Next step is to break the actual caliper bolts. There's 2 of them. It's a 14mm in my case. So I'm going to go ahead and it's broke loose. Then I'm going to move to the bottom one and do the same thing. Okay, that one's broke loose. After you get them broke loose, you can usually just take your fingers and just turn them all the way out. If not, use your ratchet. Bam, they're both out. Next thing, this groove right here, this little slot, get in here with something. Usually you can use a flathead. I don't have a flathead screwdriver right now, so I'm using a wrench, and just pry that away. That way we can pull it straight out. So now I pulled off the caliper, and now I'm going to go back here to this banjo bolt in just a minute. Now would be a good time to inspect your brake pads. You can see ours has plenty of meat on there, so we are good in that department. Here's our new caliper. There's the piston that's going to shove in against our brake pads. We're not going to change out the bracket. There's nothing wrong with this. It's just a piece of metal. It's just more work, really, that doesn't necessarily need to be done. You're going to have a core charge when you return this, and all you got to do is just leave the bracket just in there. They'll take it back. I pinched off the brake line to stop the fluid from coming out. You really should probably put like a washcloth or something when you pinch this. I got a pretty good feel for how to pinch it, so I know I didn't damage anything. But we want to stop the fluid from coming out while we take this off, okay? And as you can see the bolt here. If you look really close, you can see a washer here, and there's a washer in there. They're crush washers. When we put our new banjo bolt in, our new caliper, it's going to go like that, and we want the same setup we're gonna have a washer. We're gonna put one there, and we're gonna feed it through this where the hole is, and then we're gonna put another washer, so there's a washer on each end, and then we'll tighten it down. I'll show you. So we can go ahead and finish taking this off and see. If we wouldn't have broke that on the car, it would be a lot harder to do right now because there's no resistance holding it. When we do take it off, there is going to be probably some brake fluid come out, probably out of the caliper as well. Now this is the old banjo bolt, but you can see the setup I'm talking about. You're going to put one of your washers on like that, and then you're going to feed the bolt through and put the other washer like that. That way one's on the top, one's on the bottom, and then you mount it down. Those washers are going to create a good seal so you don't have any leaks. But now we can just take these out, and then we can actually get our new ones in. So again, put your washer on, feed it through, okay? Feed it through, and then we're gonna set our other washer on top of this. Just like that right there. One on top, or one on top, one on bottom, one on bottom, one on top. Well, we got that setting right there. We can take our new caliper and go ahead and set it on like this, and then line it up and get our screws started in there. So now when we get our screws started in by hand, then we can tighten them up. Go to the bottom, go to the top. Sometimes this will spin. You can kind of see how that's spinning. If it's spinning while you're tightening it, you could hold this with something, a wrench, a pair of pliers a lot of times, and then turn this. So on your back of your caliper right here is where that banjo bolt's gonna go. As you can see, it's in the back. I fed it in, one on top, one on bottom, and then we're gonna start tightening it down next. And when you get it tight, just make it a little bit more snug. You want this the bottom one's gonna crush in a little bit. Don't over tighten this because you don't want this bolt to snap. I released my vice grip. It's not leaking or anything. I didn't damage it, but yeah, you might want to definitely put a washcloth or something over that, so you can, when you clamp on that, you're not clamping straight on the rubber. But in our case, we got by with it. Next step would be to put your tire back on and start threading on your lug nuts by hand. I just put them in the socket like this, and then get them on there, and then just thread them on by hand. And then I'm gonna put the ratchet in, and I'm not gonna torque them real hard. I'm just gonna snug them a little bit because we still got it jacked up. You don't want to be torquing on that thing real hard with it being jacked up. So just snug them up. So they're all snugged up. Now we can let the jack down. Put the bit out of the way. And then the last final step would be to torque these down. If you have a torque wrench, you can look up the specs. A lot of times they're like 95 or 100 foot-pounds or so. But just get them pretty tight. Then always remember to recheck them after driving for a day or two. Tighten them crisscross in a star pattern. 1, 2, 3. Well, okay, hold on, I messed up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just crisscross so it sits evenly. Anyways, like and subscribe for more. Thanks.